Hey Joey, I'm choosing right now a terrible time to start this vlog because I am gonna vlog me finishing some series I'm in the middle of. I am in progress of about 40 series actively. Most of those I've only read the first book. That's a classic thing I love to do. But there are like 4 or 5 that I only have one left of, and I'm reading one of them right now. I'm audiobooking Beauty of Darkness, which is the last book in the Remnant Chronicles series. So once I finish that, all like 18 hours of its audiobook, I will have completed that series. I also want to read Fireline by Maggie Gates. That's the last book in the Griffith Brothers series, so that'll cross that off the list. Once I finish Beauty of Darkness, I want to read Kingdom of the Curse, which is the last book in the Kingdom of the Wicked trilogy. I read those two this, last month. I also need to read the Happily Ever After playlist by Abby Jimenez, because that's book 2 in, the Friend Zone series, and I've read book 1 and book 3. So, I have no idea how long this is going to take, but I'm going to do it. So, and I'll take you along. It's now Monday. I think that the last time I picked up Yield camera, it was Thursday? I don't even know. You know, because it just happened 5 seconds ago for you. But I figured out to update you. We were in Chicago this last weekend, and I did some reading, but not a ton. So, feels like lifetimes ago that I filmed that first clip, so I don't even remember what books I said I was gonna read. But in the car on the way there, I read 58 pages of Ruthless Vows, which I know is on this TBR card right here, but I don't even know where. So I'm not going to be digging it out. I'll put a picture of it. I'm 58 pages in. Minor vibes spoilers. It feels a little bit like the beginning of Son of Neptune. If you get it, you get it. And whatnot. But so it was kind of ripping my heart out. Nothing has happened yet, but just the energy was making my heart hurt because it was making me think about Percy. Anyway, so I had to stop after 60 or so pages. So that's where I'm at with that. Then on the way home, I listened to 2 or 3 chapters of Beauty of Darkness, which that one's right here. I guess I can. It's still in my bag from the trip, so I can show you what that looks like. Beauty of Darkness. I don't have a bookmark in it. I never use bookmarks. Anywho, I read I think it was literally 30 pages. I listened to it and I had it open my lap, but I just we're at a sort of turning point where I'm not sure what is I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happened. I do, but I don't know where we're going from here, and so that makes me less inclined to pick it up. But my loan on the audiobook is about to expire, so I'm probably gonna have to smash through that in the next 2 days. So nothing like a deadline to really kick me into gear. So I'm gonna keep reading that, but I think I'm 100 pages in, I want to say. Yeah, I feel like I'm on page 115 or so. So that's where I'm at with that. And then I started, after I read my however many pages of that, I started Fireline. It's not even on here. I thought there was going to be a picture of it on here. It's not showing me the picture. Why isn't it showing me the picture? It just says fire, whatever. I started Fireline. I'll put a picture of it because it's not showing me one. I read 100 pages of that on my Kindle on the way home. So all of this to say, I'm currently reading Ruthless Vows, which will finish that, Letters of Enchantment duology, whatever. Beauty of Darkness will finish the Remnant Chronicles series, and then Fireline will finish the Griffith Brothers series. So I apparently couldn't decide which thing I wanted to finish first. I had to start all of them. But as far as directions go, I'm about to sit down and read probably a big chunk of Fireline. I don't know how long it is, but I'm gonna read a bunch of it tonight. And then Tomorrow I'll probably listen to a big chunk of Beauty of Darkness at work. And then probably, I don't know, at some point I'll keep reading Ruthless Vows. I might have to crack open the hardcover and read it that way, because I have it on my Kindle because it's on Kindle Unlimited, but I think I might need to read the hardcover of it. And then after I finish Beauty of Darkness, I'm going to listen to Emily Wilde's Compendium of Lost Tales, which will finish the Emily Wilde series. And that's probably where I'll finish this video, because obviously I can't finish all 40 series I'm in the middle of. Or even all, there's like probably I think 10 or so I like wrote down that I only have one book left, but we'll just have to make this video. We'll just have to make more of these videos so that I can finish those. So, yes. All of that to say, I have started 3 books and I'm gonna continue to read one of them tonight. So, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow and I won't abandon you for several days again. It is Tuesday evening, late afternoon, whatever. I figured I'd update you where I'm at in the reading journey of these books. I did end up finishing Fireline yesterday. I ended up giving it 4.5 stars. I think it's my favorite of the ones in that like series. This series is like a little bit weird. So Maggie Gates, her first book is called like The Stars Above Us, and it had a different name before that, and that's about Nate Griffith, who's the oldest. But that is not part of the Griffith Brothers series. That was like a military romance that I did enjoy quite a bit. And the first actual book in the series is Duststorm, which is following Christian and Cassandra, and I really liked that book until like the last I really liked it until they started like actually dating, and I don't know, there was like a weird thing about it where they were like sort of demonizing the fact that she's not a super, like that she's not big on kids. Like, she's just not a kid person, which is fine. And ends up being fine because she's just not a kid person, she's not a monster. So the fact that this man has kids is not a problem for her because she's not evil. But there was like a little bit of like demonizing her that did make me quite frustrated. So that one wasn't my favorite. And then Downpour is the second book, which is following Ray and Brooke. And Brooke is like flighty and Ray like just went through some trauma and so is kind of like mean and gruff, and so it's like Grumpy Sunshine. And there was a little bit of like, they like sort of made Brooke out to be like almost dumb. Like kind of a theme throughout all of these books is that like these women are not what you think they would be. So like everyone thought that Cassandra was like an ice queen and like mean and rude and whatever, and so people are like afraid of her, which carries through all the books, that people are afraid of her just because she's like a strong, powerful woman, which isn't my favorite thing. And then in Downpour, she's like kind of flighty, she's just like really happy all the time, she's just a happy girl, but that makes people think that she's like dumb and careless, and that's not the case. But again, like, I guess it's supposed to be pushing back against those stereotypes, but it really feels like we're enforcing them a little bit by talking about it so much. And then Fireline, the one that I actually read in this video, for this video, I didn't take any clips of me reading it, but the book that I read for this video, finishing the series, follows Lennon and CJ, and she is like a tough girl, and everyone's always expected her to just be like one of the guys and like rough and tumble, and like they don't take her serious, but then also don't actually take her seriously as like a boss, because she is people's boss in this book and they're like rude to her because she's a woman. But the way that it was done in this one felt a lot less like, I don't know, it just didn't feel as sort of like the focus was not the stereotype that Lennon was trying to break out of. There was a lot else going on. Also, I don't remember Dust Storm having any romantic suspense elements, but Downpour had like a tiny bit, and then Fireline, it was like part of the plot was this like romantic suspense thing going on. So that was cool. I love romantic suspense. I wasn't expecting it because I didn't really catch that that was something we were doing, but that also might be why I liked it a little bit more than the other ones, because I was focused on those. So that's that. Then today at work I listened to like 100 pages of Beauty of Darkness. I really am gonna have to like knuckle down and read the rest of that. How long do I have left? I think I have like 6 hours left, and by 6 hours I mean 12 hours listened to at 2 times speed. Yeah, almost exactly 12 hours. So I will need to kind of knuckle down and finish that tomorrow, because I think that my audiobook from the library is going to get returned day after tomorrow. So gonna have to focus up on that a little bit. I might read a little bit with my eyes before bed to try and get a little further, because I do feel like it is progressing slowly. But this has nothing to do with the vlog, but I got 2 really exciting things in the mail today, and I wanted to show them to you, because they will be part of a future installment of this little series, just not right now, because I'm not ready yet. But I received my Larry Reed's versions of Saving and Redeeming 6 to go along with my Larry Reed's versions of Finding and Keeping 13, and they are stunning. This is her collab with Eternal Embers, and I am really excited to read these books, do not get me wrong, but as mentioned in previous videos, it hurts my heart so bad. So one day I will finally pick up and finish Saving 6, and maybe it'll be part of one of these, or I'll read Redeeming 6 or Taming 7 or something to include and finally finish this series. I want to do it this year, but I don't know that it'll be soon. I think I need to be a little bit more emotionally stable to do that. So that's the story there. I also need to keep reading Ruthless Vows, but haven't made any more progress with that. And I feel like in the last clip I told you a 4th book I was going to read. Couldn't tell you what it is though. It was Emily Wilde. That is the last book that I think I'm going to read for this video, because I will probably finish it in about a day when I listen to it, because I love those books so much. So that's my Tuesday update. Hopefully tomorrow I'll have a finished book to update you with, but we shall see. It's Wednesday. I've been listening to Beauty of Darkness for most of the day, but I have been pausing the audiobook about every 35 seconds to relay everything that has just happened to my coworker, because she is now just as invested in this story as I am. So I have like, I think it's like 280 pages left, I want to say. 260 maybe. I'm gonna finish it tonight, because the audiobook goes back to the library tomorrow. I think for a little bit at least, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna crochet and listen to the audiobook, and I'm gonna like record and time-lapse that, because I have been viscerally reacting to things that are happening, and we're in the 3rd act now, baby. So my camera is about to die, but I'm gonna plug it in, record me listening to this, and then hopefully I will have thoughts for you in the next 2.5 hours. Okay, I was gonna listen for a little bit while my camera charged, but literally that exact chapter, things are already happening. I'm gonna, disclaimer, I'll probably have put it already, I'm gonna talk kind of out of context about what's happening, but I literally cannot keep it in, because I've been talking to my coworker about it like forever, and so I can't hold it in. But we just figured out who the major players are. We just figured out who the traitors are. It's about to be Smackdown time, baby. Poison. Girl, he still thinks it's your wedding day, which was months ago. Which means that on the day of your wedding day, when you ran away, they poisoned him. Girl! This is the thing about a YA fantasy, is they're a little obtuse. You gotta get out of there. I gotta stop looking at the book. I gotta stop looking at the book when I'm listening, because I'm reading it. This guy's such a creep.
Chapter 60.
They were trading? Oh no. I gotta close the book because I'm spoiling myself left and right. It was him? I hate that guy! Girlhood. Female rage.
Then brought his head back, skewered on a sword, and showed it to the crowds as proof that I had no love for them.
Jesus.
Why did they believe lies? I asked.
female army of 3.
Strand and stone passageway.
I have a feeling that these people racing down the corridor are not the bad guys. It's a weird time for them to be coming, you know? We're getting the band back together. And by back together, I mean together for the first time. It's a bad time for a vision, baby girl. My predictions from early book 2 are coming true right now. About things. I'm gonna switch to reading it physically because I need to read it faster. So. I refuse to believe it. This can't be the truth. What? Ignorant, delusional, pompous, self-absorbed buffoon! Men hate to see a woman in power. I just want him to be happy. But he's made such terrible decisions. This might be my favorite part of this book. These two. This is the slowest part of all. You know, would he feel that way if he knew how he felt about someone else? That doesn't make any sense, but I can't. The miscommunication is crazy. anything. You're not certain of anything because you never talk to her, my guy. This feels like a Sarah J. Maas. So much pain and suffering. Except not like a Sarah J. Maas, because some of these people are people we care about. I guess like throwing a glass. The Battle of Manhattan, baby. Oh my god, we're switching to multi-BOVs within the chapter. It's happening. I saw it when I was flipping through, and it's happening right now. Ah! We've got them all dressed like Harry Potter. And by that I mean in that scene where they're trying to make it look like nobody's Harry Potter. No! He finally gets the revenge he wants. POVs too fast! I find it hard to believe anything at this point, after everything else I've been through. I'm sorry. A poem about hope and feathers? I'm a John Green fan, Mary E. Pearson. I know about hope and its being with feathers. Yay! Happy Thursday. I did end up finishing The Beauty of Darkness last night, as you just saw. I have decided on a rating of 4.5 stars. There were just some things about it that didn't make it a 5-star. I think that I recommend the series as a whole, especially if you're someone like me who likes political intrigue in their fantasy, and a YA fantasy style that feels like the 2010s. Like Mortal Instruments, Red Queen, Divergent, sort of Hunger Games, like that kind of thing where it's like our narrator is 18 years old and clearly does not know everything that's going on. Love that. Cruel Prince, also in the same vein. There's also a strong sort of through line of like feminine rage in these, which was really nice, because she's been basically told that she's like not really worth anything because she's just a girl, and all the first daughters, so which is exactly what you think it is, it's like not the first sons but the first daughters, are supposed to have some piece of this like gift, which is like the fantasy sort of element of this, is that they have like foresight almost, and it's like sometimes it's visions, sometimes it's like feelings. It's kind of like gut instinct but like ratcheted up to 10. And so like that is basically all women are good for, and there's like no point in having a second daughter and whatever else. And so, and like it's just a highly patriarchal society, and so like not a lot of like care is, or even like trust is put in women, but Leah's gonna make you trust her and make you follow her rules. So love that for her. So that is the story with that. So that's 2 series down. I think every single one of these clips I told you a different set of books I was gonna read to complete the 4 that I want to finish in this video that's already been going on for like literal weeks. It maybe has only been a week and maybe I'm being dramatic. But anyway, I do think, I actually still don't know. Because right now, I have like 3 hours before I have to go to bed. And my boyfriend is out of the house. And I can do literally whatever I want. And I think what I want to do is read. But I don't know if I want to read Ruthless Vows because I fear I will get to a point. I guess either I'll have enough time to finish it and then I'll have finished like 2 fantasy things back to back and it will like not allow me to absorb the full sort of weight of Ruthless Vows, or I will get so close to finishing it that I will stay up late for the second night in a row to finish my book and will be emotionally drained as well as physically drained because of what I think is going to occur in that book. So like those are the 2 things keeping me from reading Ruthless Vows, but I do want to read it, I think. But I'm not sure that I want to read it this instant. I think it is going to be one of the books in this video because I already started it. But I don't think it's going to be the one I read today. All of that to say, I was going to read Emily Wilde's Compendium of Lost Tales because I want to read that real bad. But today at work the Wi-Fi was out and I hadn't downloaded it. Rookie mistake. And so I couldn't listen to it at work today. And so I could listen to it at work tomorrow, which I might still do, but that doesn't solve the right now problem, because then I would have to read Ruthless Vows, and then it would be like fantasy series, fantasy series, fantasy series, and they're all very different, because like Ruthless Vows is very poetically written, it's like almost like historical fantasy, like that's the vibe it's giving, and this is kind of like medieval, this was kind of like, it had a similar like kingdom structure, but it was like technically future, not past, so not, and maybe that's the same thing for Ruthless Vows. I don't really remember from Divine Rivals if we're in the past or in the present or in the future, or if we're like somewhere completely new. I don't know. But, and then Emily Wilde is like cozy, kind of quirky, that kind of thing, which is different. But I haven't come to a single conclusion. I think I'm gonna read Ruthless Vows. I think it's gonna be okay. Because I can read it on my Kindle, and I did get a crick in my neck reading Beauty of Darkness last night, because I was like, but I can like lean my head back while I read my Kindle. So I think I'm gonna do that. And I'll read the Happily Ever After playlist in one of the future videos. Or, no, that's probably it, because I'll probably read Emily Wilde. And sorry that all of the books in this video are fantasy, but I feel like the fantasy series are the ones that you get stuck in the middle of, because you have to wait for them to come out. I don't know what I'm saying, but I'm gonna go read Ruthless Vows and stop yapping, I think. It is now Sunday. I did not read it all Friday or Saturday, because I just wasn't home, really, to do it. But I sat down and I finished Ruthless Vows. I enjoyed it a great deal. I think that I am not quite smart enough to like fully grasp everything. Like I feel like I almost, like I foresee in my future a reread of this duology, because I think that there is a lot that I like that was going on that I didn't, because you don't, like, can I have one straightforward thought? I think that there is a lot of nuance in the books that, like, on first read, trying to, like, follow the, like, overarching plot, I like wasn't able to grasp fully, and I think that I will be able to do that upon a reread. I will need to like step away for a while. Like I'm not gonna reread it probably even this year, but I feel like next year I might want to do that because I'm feeling kind of called back to it, which like, yeah, I just finished it, but I think that I liked it. I think I'm gonna give it a 4.75 star because it didn't feel like quite like a 5-star, but it's like so beautifully written, and I really did have a really great time. While I am a little sad that I didn't read Friday or Saturday and that this is taking such a long time to complete these series because I've been just kind of, I just haven't had as much time to read this year as I usually do. And that will change as it gets warmer outside. But yeah, but it does set me up nicely that I can read Emily Wilde's Compendium of Lost Tales via audio at work tomorrow. And let's see how long the Spotify audiobook is. I did end up downloading it after the fiasco of no Wi-Fi at work. Yeah, okay, it's 11 hours and 43 minutes. I believe that I typically listen to that one at 1.8 speed. So like 7 hours, which would be all day at work, but that is completely possible because if I listen to almost all of it at work, I will just finish it when I get home. So I predict, as long as nothing weird happens at work tomorrow, that I will be able to finish this and therefore the video tomorrow. So that is the hope, and hopefully I'll see you with a finished book and the end of the video tomorrow. Okay, admittedly it's Tuesday. I had a much more jam-packed Monday afternoon than I had originally anticipated, but I did finish Emily Wilde's Compendium of Lost Tales yesterday. I listened to almost all of it at work, and while I was at my event, I was able to read a little bit more of it with my eyes in between the things that I was doing, and then when I got home, I did a sort of combo thing where I sped the audiobook up to like 3 times and read along and finished it. I just love these stories so much. Because it's like almost a puzzle that Emily has to figure out, and Wendell is there and that makes everything better. And I'm crocheting the granny square for it right now because I am limited on time, but I wanted to film this clip now as opposed to tonight because that would be even further from when I finished it. But I gave it 5 stars because this series is a 5-star series for me. I love all of these characters. I love the whimsy of it all. I guess I'm not like totally sure if this is actually the last book in this series. I was pretty sure it was like marketed as a trilogy and that she was saying like this is the final book in the Emily Wilde series, but it doesn't like, it concludes, like the story of this book ends, but like it feels like it's maybe open for us to have more info in the future maybe. I'm not sure. I would like that, because of how much I like this series, but I also recognize how much work must go into one of these because like the way it's written is like there's just like a lot of research that goes into it because Emily in the stories has done a lot of research, and so Heather Faust has to have done that in order for Emily to be able to. And so I would understand wanting to take a break from that. I know that all writing takes a fair bit of research, but I'd imagine that these stories take quite a bit. So all of that to say, I had a really excellent time with this story, and I'm glad to have wrapped up another series, but I will miss these characters deeply. So with the conclusion of that book, we've officially finished the 4 books that I set out, well, not the original 4 books that I set out to read, but 4 books, which was the goal I had set out to do for this video. So we finished the Griffith Brothers series by reading Fireline, finished the Remnant Chronicles trilogy with A Beauty of Darkness, finished the Letters of Enchantment duology with Ruthless Vows, and finished the Emily Wilde trilogy with Compendium of Lost Tales. So, pretty good overall. I enjoyed all of those reads. I'm glad I got to them. 3 of them were off my physical TBR, which is nice. I think I will continue to do videos like these. I might just like film bits and pieces as I read kind of more organically when it's a book that's going to finish a series, because I think that that would be kind of fun and interesting. But that's all for this video. I hope it came together in a way that made any sort of sense. If you are not Joey and you have not subscribed, feel free to do so. I post on a whim. Thanks so much for watching.